And it's time for another episode of the Miami Pod Squad. Your place to talk about Miami Dolphins football, which is priority number one. Then Miami sports. Then we'll talk about some Gators. We'll talk about some Canes. We'll talk about some Vols, y'all. Mainly talk about all the sports. I'm here with my boy Marv. He's up in Johnson City. Marv, tell us about yourself and what we're going to talk about today.
I guess we'll talk about a lot of everything. It's been a while since we recorded one of these. We had college basketball's heating up. The Southern Conference tournament is this weekend.
And the classic mic cut from Marv. I think Marv was about to say the SEC tournament starts this weekend. I think Florida has, since they'll probably be the number one seed, they'll have a bye and all that. And I think the new format is they got not a first round, they got like two byes. So a team might play twice before Florida even plays a game. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's the new format for the SEC championship. Yeah, I got you. I was explaining to people how the SEC championship goes.
Actually, I was saying the Southern Conference tournament starts this weekend. So ETSU Bucks, who we both hold in high regard, being you went there. My wife is a graduate of there, and they actually did win the Southern Conference regular season championship, is what I heard. They're playing in Asheville starting, I think, their first game Saturday at noon. So who knows? Me and my wife might head down there one of the days for a game if they make it far enough. But so we have that coming up this weekend. And the big conferences, they end their regular season. Florida goes up to Lexington to beat Kentucky, which it's always fun to beat Kentucky in basketball because it means so much to those idiots wearing blue. But even if we lose, we've wrapped up the SEC. We got a 3-game lead with 1 game left to play. We've got tiebreakers on everybody anyway, but nobody can tie us. We're number 5 in the country, playing really good basketball. Totally different team from last year. This team is built on size. They just wear you out on the boards. And what they did to Arkansas Saturday night was just absolutely crazy. And Arkansas is beating Texas by like 25 right now. And that's how good Arkansas is, and they had no answers for Florida Saturday. So, it's going to be a rough road to try to repeat, but I think Florida's got a decent shot. And, they're playing really good basketball now. Of course, there's a lot of really good teams. Michigan's really good. Duke's really good. Houston's going to be tough. Connecticut. So, it'll be an interesting tournament. And then college baseball starting. And University of Miami, the U, was undefeated till last weekend, and then you got swept by the Florida Gators, and you're undefeated no more. So that's always fun.
Nobody ain't got time for that.
Yeah, They went. Shoo. Luckily, it rained them out Sunday, so Miami didn't get swept 3 games, but they got swept the 2 games that were played. So,
well, let's talk about ETSU, Southern Conference champions. Big time. But, of course, when you're in that mid-major category, if you don't win your tournament, you forget about it. You probably ain't going to go.
Yeah.
All right? But,
their season starts Saturday.
We've seen a lot of great ETSU teams. Of course, the best teams were there in the early to mid-90s. I think 91, 92, 93. They went on an epic run. They beat Arizona. They should have been the first 16 seed to beat a 1 seed. Some controversy in that Oklahoma game. And you know what?
They had Oklahoma beat.
Had them beat, and there's a bunch of BS calls. Of course, I don't think at the time anybody wanted ETSU to win that game besides East Tennesseans.
That was 88 or 89. So they actually started to run in the late 80s, and it carried over into the early 90s.
Ooh, I feel old,
and those guys, the guys that played on that team are still legends around here. A couple of them still live in the area. Marty Story is an assistant basketball coach at one of the high schools. Actually, I think this year he's at Tim McNutt's alma mater of Sullivan East, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, what?
But he's an assistant coach. He's super nice guy. Calvin Talford, who won the slam dunk competition. He won the slam dunk competition at the Final Four when he was a senior, I think.
And then the next year he won the international
for,
slam dunk contest. He won 2 back-to-back slam dunk contests, the international and the collegiate.
Yeah, he's still in the area. Works for Coke. One of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet.
Class act, baby.
When I worked at a grocery store like 15, longer ago than that, like 21, 22 years ago, he would come in and me and him would always talk sports. He knew I coached baseball, and he'd tell me about growing up playing baseball. I guess he was a pretty good baseball player when he was, in high school and stuff. He would talk about that and then talk about how much he missed it. And he was just a really, really nice, down-to-earth guy. No ego whatsoever.
Yeah.
And not that
he went to
your average person knows
Virginia.
who Calvin Talford is, but in Johnson City, Tennessee, Calvin Talford's a big deal. Marty Story's a big deal. Mr. Jennings is a big deal. Those guys who played on those teams, I mean, they were just absolutely awesome back then. And then they had another run in the early 2000s. That was actually after me and Christy started dating and got married, and we used to go to every game. They had like 3 or 4 SEC or Southern Conference titles in a row and made the tournament and came close to winning a couple of games. And then the one year, my nightmare happened. They drew Florida in the first round, and it was not peaceful in my house. But Florida won the game, but I wasn't allowed to celebrate that win. But yeah, Florida won the game.
I want to give a shout out to my boy Jerry Pelfrey, my co-host, because I got to do some ASUN and Southern Conference basketball games, play-by-play on television. He was my co-host, I think, for 2 years. Then Casey Marlar was my co-host the last year I did it. And man, Jerry Pelfrey, man, was very warm and welcoming, man. He embraced me. He taught me some things. And I mean, his three-point ability and his defensive game, he's like a mini Dan Marley for the ETSU Bucks, dude. He was badass. He was in that early run that we were talking about.
Yeah, and I mean, college basketball is one of those things where, yes, regular season's good and it's fun to watch the games, but man, March Madness is absolutely outstanding.
And it's back.
Even when Florida's not good and we're not in it, when Florida's not even in the tournament, I'm going to watch March Madness. Now, when they're in the tournament and they're making a run like they did last year, like they did in 05 and 06, or even 2000 when they were runner-up, that's special. I mean, that's awesome. But even when they're not in it, that's just a really great sporting event in the NCAA tournament. I mean, that rivals, any playoff in any sport as far as the excitement and stuff. It's just fun to watch. I know we got a listener who watches every week that's a big Tar Heel fan, and he always gets geared up for it. And actually, in 2000, we played North Carolina in the Final Four, and he came up and watched it, and he went home sad. But, that's a different story.
I mean, that's probably my favorite game of the year.
Actually, I didn't realize this. I didn't even realize this, but our buddy Vance, a buddy of mine from the Air Force, who's a big Dolphin fan who listens, he was texting me yesterday, and like Nebraska's, I think, number 8 in the country, and he was saying he can't believe how highly ranked. He told me they've never won an NCAA tournament game.
Wow, really?
I don't know if that's true, but he's a Nebraska fan, so he should know. So that they've got a chance to do something that never been done. And I mean, you think of Nebraska, obviously you think of the football teams from the 90s that just ran over everybody. But you would think a school that size would have a decent basketball team from time to time, but apparently they have not. So they should get a pretty high seed by their ranking. So hopefully they can maybe win a couple of games and make Vance happy. And hopefully they could get in Florida's bracket, and we could play them in like the Sweet 16 and pay them back for the 95 national championship game in football, because we owe them boys an ass whooping and something.
There was no stopping those. That Nebraska run there in the mid-90s was lethal. Tommy Frazier. I'll say this, Tommy
Lawrence
Frazier.
Phillips before he
If you gave me a choice, you said you got 2 quarterbacks you can start a college team with. I'm taking Tommy Frazier and Tim Tebow, bro. Those are college quarterbacks. Those are college quarterbacks that win games, win national titles. They didn't go on to the pros and do anything big, but they won a lot of national championships and won a lot of damn games. And they play football. I'll take Tommy Frazier any day of the week.
Nobody could. I mean, honestly, it's kind of what kind of offense you have. If you have that Nebraska offense, you're not going to find anybody to run that better than Tommy Frazier did. He was just an unbelievable college player. And, I mean, he had Lawrence Phillips, who, despite what he did in the pros and his trouble with the law, and unfortunately he's no longer with us. But he was an absolute stud in college. I mean, you couldn't tackle him, and that was one of the few games that I can honestly say when it was over and Florida took that ass beating, I just sat there and was like, I'm glad this thing's over. It's no coulda, shoulda, woulda. We just got our ass whipped and it's over, and I don't want to ever have to go through that again. I didn't want no rematch.
Yeah, I think they gave Tennessee an ass whooping the year before or the year after. I can't remember, but I know Tennessee took one of those Nebraska ass whoopings.
They gave Tennessee an ass whooping the year after Peyton Manning's last game. And then they played again after the 99 season, and Nebraska gave them another ass whooping with Scott Frost as their quarterback. So, yeah. It was just brutal. You couldn't stop them. And
nope.
So I'll be honest, I went into that 95 national championship game thinking, we'll beat Nebraska. Every time they play Miami or Florida State, they lose, and we got just as good athletes, and we're going to be fine. And then the game started. First quarter went okay. Much like Super Bowl 19, we were up 10-7 going into the second quarter, and then it got real ugly real fast.
That's what Nebraska did, but they wore you down with that ground and pound offense, dude. If that was the MMA match, that's what they do is ground and pound and wear you down. By the way, I want to talk about NIL, making college, if it has done anything, and I love NIL, I think it's the best thing to happen to college sports ever. I'll say that, ever. Is the fact
I agree.
that college
It should have been done
basketball,
a long time ago.
And college basketball is back because it was sucking for about 15 years. Then NIL, the European players came over because they're making more money than they would in the European leagues. And the European and the foreign players coming over to make that NIL money has taken college basketball. And although like the second tier guys staying another year to make that money because they get paid more than they would as a second, third round pick, G League bullshit. And it's college basketball's back, thank goodness. And college baseball is actually interesting now the last couple of years.
Here's the good thing about the NIL, in my opinion. You had players in football, basketball, baseball, they would just skip. They wouldn't even go to college. Yeah. But you'd have a lot of these players who would be on the fringe, but they grew up in poverty. Their family didn't have no money. So they would leave for the NFL just as soon as they could to go get a check. And some of them wasn't ready. A lot of them wasn't ready. And it killed a lot of careers because they got there too soon. Now these guys are making enough money in college to help their families out, to support themselves, and to be able to stay that extra year, to get that extra year of college athletics before you go pro. And I think you're going to see it really help the pro game too. Because let's face it, the NBA was better when guys were playing 3 or 4 years 100%. Of college before they got to the NBA. And now you're going to see more guys staying because it's like, hey, I can stay here at Duke University or North Carolina or Florida or Tennessee, and I can make $1.5 million, $2 million this year, and I know I'm going to be playing every game. I'm going to be getting better and polishing myself. And I don't have to go to the pros to try to make that big check right now. I can get more seasoned before I go. I think it's going to help all the way around. I think you'll see more football players stay for their senior year because, I can get paid here and I know where I'm at. I'm on a college campus and I'm a football star. That's a pretty good place to be. So, I think we've had this conversation before, but I definitely love the NIL, and I think it's a great thing. It's going to help. It's going to help the collegiate level and the professional level.
And I think a place, and I seen this article the other day, I forget where I read it, but it's really going to help expand the sport of collegiate hockey. Division I hockey is opening up their doors saying, hey, we're going to start taking more teams in. I know that like Oklahoma State and a lot of other schools are, going to take that next level from club teams to like Division I and get out of the AAU and get back and, see more college sports play, big-time hockey. Or see more schools play big-time hockey.
And let me say this real quick because we hadn't recorded since, but speaking of hockey, I just got 3 letters. USA.
Oh! gold medal,
USA, baby, gold
men's
medal.
and women's. Dude, that was and first off, I don't want to say any bad news.
Hey.
Great, but who has that at 8 o'clock in the morning? How do you have that at 8 o'clock in the morning? I get it, but I've seen a lot of games come on at 3.
I thought it was at 10. I thought it was at 10 o'clock.
No, 8, 10. Yeah. 8,
I watched
10.
it. I watched it after the game was already over.
Yeah.
I watched it after the game was already over. I'll be honest. I slept in that day and just got up and watched it. But USA winning that hockey was so sweet. We obviously the week before the gold medal game, we were down in Atlanta and we went to this place called Just Hockey, where they sell just hockey stuff because Cooper needed some stuff. He wanted some new skates and stuff. And they had a Team USA pullover, and it was really sweet. It was a little like quarter zip, really nice. I was like, man, I'm going to get that. They didn't have my size. They had if I don't get a triple X, once I wash it, it just shrinks up and I can't wear it anymore. And they had a double X, and I almost got it. And I was like, no, I want a triple X. I just won't get it. Man, I really wish I'd have had it to wear to work the day after the gold medal game. But
Marv, I can wear a large, bro. Why didn't you get me one?
But hey, I will say, well, I mean, sorry, bro. I will say this, and this is by far not a political statement, folks. This is a joke. Before I say it, it's a joke. Because one thing we don't discuss on here is politics.
No, or religion.
I don't care. Politics or religion we're never going to talk about because it just divides too many people. Plus, I think they're both sides are wrong most of the time. But that's just me. But I will say, and this is just to piss off all the one side, Donald Trump is a great man because he tried to give Canada a gold medal. He was trying to make them the 51st state, and they would have got their gold medal. But they didn't want to be the 51st state, so they had to settle for silver. In
That's
both men's and women. That's all
That's
I'm
what you get.
That's all I'm going to say.
Did you watch any of the figure skating,
I do want to tell you a story about... Very little. I don't watch a lot of the Winter Olympics. I watch hockey. I'll watch the bobsledding if it's on, and then I'll watch some of that other stuff. But I just honestly get tied up doing other stuff and don't make that appointment TV.
You didn't dive into curling?
I did not. I did not.
The more I watch it, the more I like it.
Summer games a lot more. I watch the summer games a lot more than the winter games.
We're
Like
getting
I can watch
flag
water
football,
polo
bro.
all day long because I just think that's. I getting flag football, but I think water polo is just fun to watch for some reason. I guess because growing up, Summer Olympics was all we were out of school, so I'd watch it. Where Winter Olympics, we were in school and stuff, so I just didn't watch it as much. And of course, where I grew up, there wasn't a whole lot of winter, so it was hard to get winter sports. But I do want to tell you a story and show you something. So last time we talked was the day that I was actually leaving for Atlanta to Cooper's hockey tournament. Shout out to Cooper. Real quick, before I get into the story, his first game, they won 2-0, and he had both goals.
Damn, nice.
Super proud of him. But so we went to that place, Just Hockey, and we were around there for a while, and he was wanting to get some rollerblades, and I told my daughter, I said, I'll help. I'll get him some rollerblades. We'll split it, whatever. So he was trying them on. Christy got kind of bored, and there was an antique place right next door. So Christy said, I'm going to walk over to the antique place. I said, all right, I'm going to wait here and get these rollerblades, blah, 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 blah. So she comes back, and she said, hey, they got some sports memorabilia over there. You might want to go look.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, all right. I said, I'll go look. I don't really, know if I want anything. So I go over there. And they got all. She's looking. She needed a replacement ring because she lost one of her rings, and she was looking at rings. And I started looking. They had some replica championship rings, and they had like Tim Tebow's 08 national championship ring. They had the Atlanta Braves. Of course, we're in Atlanta. They had the Braves 2021 to 95, and I'm looking at them, and they're like $70, $80, whatever. And I'm like, the guy opened the case. I they're heavy, they're sturdy ass rings. And I'm like, I don't want anything. Just go ahead and close it. He said, well, if you change your mind, let me know. And I'm looking. And all of a sudden, I saw, I can't remember who it was, but it was a Super Bowl ring. So then I looked and I saw a Dolphin ring. I was like, Kept looking. They had this one box with a big Vince Lombardi trophy, and it had the Patriots 7 Super Bowl rings in it, replica. And I'm like, ugh. And then they had, I think, one of the Niners, maybe the Steelers, and they had some sets. All of a sudden, I found a set. I'm going to show it to you.
Super Bowl 7 and 8, baby. Let's
go. It came in this case.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude.
How many Super Bowls the Dolphins made? How many Super Bowls have the Dolphins made?
Made 5.
Made 5. All right. So this...
Did you get one of the Africa rings?
Make sure I got the right one.
When they don't win, they send those rings to Africa?
So this is the that's T-shirts. This is the 1971 AFC Championship ring.
Oh, damn.
The year we lost to the Cowboys.
That's a replica?
And they got players. Yeah, they got players. The 1971 is Bob Greasy.
Oh.
It's got Bob Greasy's name on it.
Damn, I've never seen something like that, dude. That's nice.
And I'm gonna turn on the light. I don't know how much that puts kind of a glare on it.
Yeah.
But I was trying to read it. So this is 1971 AFC Championship. It's got Greasy's name right here.
Dude, that's boss.
And then it's got the Dolphin emblem, and it's got quarterback because he's the position. All right, so that's the 71. Let me get the next one. Let me make sure this is the right one. Yep. So this is this one. This is a replica 1972 Super Bowl ring. I'm going to dim it a little bit so you can see it. Now this is a replica of Larry Zonko's ring. So it's got Super Bowl 7's thing on the, got the Vince Lombardi Super Bowl 7. Then over here it's got Zonka. It's got 17-0. It's got the diamond in there. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So
the second one has 2 diamonds.
This is the 1973 Super Bowl ring with 2 diamonds. You called it. This is also Larry Zonka. So they gave Bob Greasy in 71 and Larry Zonka in 72 and 73. It's got the Vince Lombardi trophy, and it's got actually 7 and 8 on there. And it's got Zonka's name, and of course it's got the Miami Dolphins 1973 World Champions. It's pretty nice. All right. Then we skip ahead to the 1982 AFC Championship ring. So this would have been our 4th one.
Yeah.
And you're gonna love this. Guess whose replica ring this is?
I'm gonna guess David Woodley.
You would be wrong.
Give me one more guess.
How about Don Shula?
Oh, damn, nice.
I done told you. Don Shula. It's got Don Shula. It's got a coach, and then it's got Super Bowl 72 and 73 on this side when they win.
Yeah.
And then the 1 diamond in the middle, and it says 1982 AFC Championship ring. Now, believe it or not, the biggest and the heaviest, the 1984 AFC Championship ring. It's got the little cross with the diamonds in it, and it's got the 2 Vince Lombardi trophies from when they won it with the year. And I don't even really think you need to guess, but you could probably figure out whose replica ring this is.
I want to take a wild guess. Hold up. Lyle Blackwood.
Vince Heflin.
Vince Heflin? Dude, that's rare.
No, it's Dan Marino, Black.
Damn, dude, I never would have guessed that. He had a pretty good year in '84.
It's damn. Yeah, he was pretty decent in '84.
Folks, he threw 5,000 yards, 48 touchdowns when bump and run was legal in the NFL. You understand that? No quarterback would ever do that ever again.
When people like Lester Hayes and Michael Haynes would date rape receivers coming off the line, you would get arrested in 47 states doing to people what they would do, and he did that. Nobody else was doing that. Now everybody does it. It ain't even special to throw for 40 touchdowns now. But back then, yeah, like I said, this came in a case. Dude, I saw it, and I called the guy back over, And Christy made fun of me because I was like, I want the Miami Dolphins set. And she said, you said that confidently. You ain't even look at it. I said, I want the Miami Dolphins set. all 5 years from the Super Bowl.
Dude, that's
in a
badass.
nice case. And they go,
Dude.
it goes 71, 72, 73, 82, 84. So
Dude,
I just thought I'd show you that, man.
Dude, that's
I was
badass,
like,
bro. I'm
wow.
jealous of that, dude. I mean, I've seen a lot of memorabilia in my day. I've never seen that, ever. Is that
I've never
Johnson's?
seen it
Who
either,
makes
and
that?
honestly, I'll have to see if I can figure out. It's not really no name on the case or anything, so I don't really know. I'll have to.
I've
do
seen the
some
Super
research,
Bowl
but
rings, but I've never
Christy
seen
was like,
the AFC Championship rings.
They wrapped it in like a brown paper bag and put it in like a little thing for me for travel back home. And Christy's like, if you sent pictures to McNutt and I said, no, I'm gonna wait and show it the next time we do a podcast. I want to see his face when I show them to him. Because
Dude, when I come home, I'm gonna wear them,
awesome.
dude. When I come home, I'm gonna wear them.
I ain't gonna lie, I tried them on. Look at it. This is me wearing
fit?
Dan Marino's AFC Championship ring. Yeah.
They fit?
I mean, it's a little bit big, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little big, but I mean, I can get them on my finger.
Damn, nice.
So, next time I go down there, I'll go. Next time I go down there, I'll go to that. I'll go back over there and see if I can find another set, maybe for a gift.
Yeah, dude. I'll send you the money. How much that cost?
Yeah, it's
$250.
It wasn't. It was only like $150.
Really?
150.
Damn, that's that good.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Damn, dude. $150.
I mean, honestly, like the Braves, just the Braves 21 World Championship ring was $80, and I was like, man, I can buy a whole set for like. I guess they marked them down because it was a whole set. I don't know. I think it was $150. It might have been $250. I'll have to look on my statement. It might have been $250.
You didn't care, did you?
Either
Just like
$150
charge
or
it.
$250.
You just like charge it.
No, I just whipped out the credit card and said put that sumbitch on there. Can you get me a picture of Marino with it? I mean, me and Marino hanging out.
Here's your credit card. I don't care how much it is.
Well, sir, that's a lot. Here, if that one ain't enough, run the rest of it on this one. Whatever you got to do.
Dude, I've never seen those AFC I've seen Super Bowl rings. They usually go for like $50, $70 on eBay, but I've never seen the AFC Championship rings, man. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I had not either. And that's what really made it special. I'm like, games, and you don't like to think about that, but we've made the Super Bowl 5 times. We should be proud of that. And Marino never won it, but he did get there, and to get his replica ring, I mean, that means something to me just because I love Dan Marino, and I'm not afraid to say that out loud. I love Dan Marino.
Who doesn't love Dan
Marino? And then
Marino,
I really loved it. I didn't know whose players was on here till after I got home. And for the 82 to be Don Shula, that was great. I mean, God, Don Shula. That's Papa Dolphin.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's
and
probably one of his best coaching jobs.
It's not as big as Marino's because it won't fit over my hand quite like that. But I put on one of Zonka's because that's actually the one for winning. That's the perfect season, so that's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's pretty awesome.
One show we might have to do a deep dive in that 82 coaching job that Don Shula did, the shortened season strike, but to make that run through the playoffs like he did and win those games, man, and almost won the Super Bowl if it wasn't for a 4th and 1.
And I mean, honestly, well, not just that. If Joe Theismann don't break up that interception, that's ball game. The best play Joe Theismann made in that game was breaking up Kim Bokamper's pick 6 because he's going in the end zone with that thing and he just knocks it away. So, but no, I wanted to share that with you and any Dolphin fans that are listening. I know I'm going to probably get a "oh damn it" from North Carolina because he don't have a set.
I want to wear them. Oh, they're beautiful.
Sorry. You can look at them on here, but they can't be touched.
Yeah. You can't touch them. Oh, God, Marv, let me touch them, please.
You have to be part of the... You have
I
to be
just
part
got
of this podcast to
$1,000
put
for
them
this
on.
guy who put 10,000 in my account, Marv. Come on. That guy. Dude, when are we going to do our crazy Zach? Our crazy, that might be a two-parter, bro. Two-parter. Jeez, this guy.
We might have to start that. We might have to start that next week's show.
Dude, let's do it. The next show, let's go ahead and get into your Dolphin fan family. And folks, we've had some crazy ones. We've had some great ones. I mean, has anybody seen Christy?
Oh,
I always loved
God.
her. And we had that one guy, George, who was cool.
My wife?
No. Melkins.
Who are you talking about,
Haskins.
Christy?
Haskins. What's her name? Dated that dude that liked
Melanie.
the Redskins. Melanie.
Melanie,
God, dang.
dude.
My brain's fried.
Melanie.
Melanie. Where's she been at?
I delivered mail to her house when I was working in Irwin.
Yeah.
I pull up and I see the Dolphin tag on the plate, and I'm like, that looks like Melanie's old. And then I looked at the name on the package. I was like, oh crap! So I knocked on the door and talked to her. I mean, her kid's grown. You know, Mike passed away. He got cancer.
Yep. Oh damn! I know that's sad.
But she's working from home. I can't remember what she said she was doing, but she's still in Irwin. Same house we went to watch. Was it the Dolphin Titan 17-0 game we went over there to watch?
Yep.
I know we went over there to watch a game. Me, you, Brad, a whole bunch of us. But yeah, so we had some real pieces of work too.
Oh man,
we had don't forget about Rob Miller.
Hey man, dude, he was very particular about his cheeseburgers.
This dude would come in and he would sit behind us and he would start looking around at the TV to see if he could catch a glimpse of our game, of us warming up, to see what color jersey we were wearing.
Oh.
And then he would go out to the car and put on whatever color jersey we were wearing, because he had to have the same color jersey as the team did.
Had to match, dude. That's great.
And
I forgot about that.
The one game he went to in Miami was the 98 Steeler-Dolphin game where we beat them 21-0.
He won that game for us.
And Pittsburgh missed a field goal in that game. And he told us, and he bragged about this for years, that he blew his air horn right when he was getting ready to kick it, and he knows that's what got the kicker's attention and caused him to miss that field goal. If it wasn't for him, that game would not have been a shutout. It would have been 21-3. So, I don't know if Rob Miller's in the media guide, but he probably should be in the media guide. He won that game for us, dude. He helped us get a shutout.
Dude, if you even brought an air horn into a game, they would lock that shit down, dude. If you even brought that into a game, they would lock that shit down. Of course, you hear them. But it was a different era. It's pre-9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait till we get to these conversations about fans, dude. Let's get fucked naked!
Now, my oldest, our Dolphin friend that I've been friends with the longest isn't actually McNutt. It's a guy I was in the Air Force with that I talked about earlier, the one from Nebraska, Vance. He's a huge Dolphin fan. And, I mean, I actually met him in January of 95. He came into the base, and he was fresh out of tech school. And I was his sponsor. And I was on the third floor, and my window overlooked the parking lot. And he called me, and I told him how to get into the dorm. And I'd look for him. And I'm looking out, and this guy's walking up the sidewalk with this huge-ass Miami Dolphin jacket on. Once again, this guy's from Nebraska, and I knew that. That's all I really knew about him. He's from Nebraska. His name was Vance. So I looked at him, and I hollered down. I said, "You Vance?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm Vance." And I said, "Are you really a Dolphin fan, or you just like the colors?"
Yeah, a lot of people did that.
He looked at me like I had three heads and said, "No." He said, "I'm a Dolphin fan." And I said, well, come on up. Me and you're going to get along just fine. And he walks in my room, and I've got my B-2 Bomber. I got my B-2 Bomber poster, my Tropical Storm poster, my other Marine, all over my wall, and he starts looking around. Later on, he told me, he said, man, you pissed me off when you asked me if I just like the colors. And I said, well, dude, nothing makes me madder when I start talking Dolphin football to somebody, and they go, well, I just own this jacket because I like the colors. I wasn't going to start talking Dolphin football to you. I made sure you was legit.
Dude, a lot of people love that teal and coral, baby. Teal and coral.
Yeah. I mean, it is good. It is good looking color combination. I mean, that's why the Marlins went so close to it.
And which, they did go back to the throwback jerseys, but only on Sunday games and opening day. That's one of the biggest travesties in the history of sports, was changing that logo.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many teams that have switched their logos and they suck. Like, this year the Cowboys played at Denver, and Denver had on their throwbacks. And I was like, dude, I miss those uniforms. I miss those old Denver Bronco uniforms. They look better than the new ones. I'm sorry. They just do.
Oh, 100%. But they won Super Bowls in those new jerseys. They upset the Packers, and they had a lot of losses in the old jerseys. I think they had 4 or 5 losses in the Orange Crush uniforms, and then they switched over to that horse helmet.
4.
And then all of a sudden they started
4.
winning.
They lost to one with Craig Morton. And then they lost 3 with Elway before they finally won it. And all 4 of those were in Orange Crush. Speaking of Elway, have you watched the documentary on Netflix about Elway?
No.
There's a new documentary. I don't know how long it's been out. It's just called Elway. I watched it when I was out sick for that week because I was bored, didn't have anything to do, so I ended up watching it. It's really, really good. And if I rank my top 5 quarterbacks of my lifetime, I still probably put John Elway number 2. I put him right behind Marino. I just like watching him play.
Oh, yeah, dude. I would say this. There was a time, I watched a lot of Bronco games because it was really good, and there was always, the 4 o'clock game, it seemed like. And so
they always came on after us.
Yeah, so it's like you've seen a lot of Elway and Bronco games. They were always on prime time. And the saddest part is we only got 2 regular season meetings with Marino and Elway, dude. Only 2. That's insane.
Both won by Marino.
Just and one was in Denver in the snow.
In case Big Mike's watching.
Yeah. Back when Miami could win in the cold.
And the other one was where we met the before mentioned, hey guys, that is the game where we met him.
Crazy, are you crazy, Zach? Oh God, Miami Herald talk. I want to know if anybody in the comments remembers Miami Herald talk, dude. Come on, that was the shit. I wasted a lot of hours on Miami Herald talk, dude. Oh God,
dude! If there's anybody on here that remembers Miami Herald talk, we were both on there with our real names, pissing off people daily. Pissing off.
Then we go to other
daily.
people's websites and start talking shit, dude. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, man. And then they would come on our site and start talking shit.
There was a Buffalo Bill site that we used to just wear out.
Oh, God, it was glorious.
Wear it out.
God, I wish you could go back and see that stuff. Oh, man.
I wish they still had it.
Oh, dude.
I mean, I guess they do, but it's just
not the same, dude. Not the same.
No, it's not the same.
This was when all that stuff was new. There was still a kind of a decorum, but yet there was, somewhat, I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be a different thing now.
It was brand new.
Yeah. So you're still kind of like, typing out stuff and thinking about it before you wrote it, and, putting thought into it. Now it'll just be a bunch of random shortened words and emojis. Oh, God, I hate emojis. Ugh. I like the emojis I know. There's like 5 or 6 that I use, but if I'm talking with another man, I ain't going to use no emojis.
I mean, I just don't see a whole lot of sense in it.
No. It's hieroglyphics, man. We're going back in time, dude. Gonna go back in time. Gonna go back in time. Remember that SNL skit when they get in the elevator? Gonna go back in time. All right, dude. What else we talking about, man?
Well, we got we've talked about college hoops. We talked NBA. The Heat right now are in the 8th seed, but they've got some really workable games coming up, including just hammering the Nets last night. If they keep playing like that, they could get up to 6, which would mean they wouldn't have to do the play-in. I don't know how good. I don't know how much they'll do in postseason. They're very well coached.
Yep.
I still just think they're lacking a little bit on the talent standpoint. And I mean, at the end of the day, you do have to have the talent, no matter how good of a coach you are. But you know, getting in, if they could just pull a first round upset, would be great. I mean, that will be a tall task, because whoever the 3 seed in the East is going to be really, really good, I'm sure.
I mean, I think the Heat could beat anybody. I think the Heat could beat anybody.
They could. They could upset somebody in round 1. I don't think they're going to go on the run to win all the way through, but they could definitely. I wouldn't want to play them.
No.
Just because you know they're going to be really well coached. Yeah. Really well coached.
And that team, if they get hot, they're a handful. They are a handful.
Yeah, and I tell you, right now, Bam is playing really good basketball. Tyler Hero's been playing really good basketball. I mean,
dude, Bam is playing Akeem Olajuwon level defense right now. Akeem Olajuwon level defense.
He's been playing really, really well.
He better be up for Defensive Player of the Year. That's how good he's been playing. He better be up for
spring trainings.
This is one of the best spring trainings ever. One of the best spring, because they're playing the international teams. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of teams have kind of took off the last couple of days, but you know, I've been following, you know, of course, my Braves, and they're like 5-2 or 6-2. What's good there is they had Austin Riley and Acuna playing, and they've been blistering the baseball because both those guys have been hurt in years past. But World Baseball Classic's cranking up. The USA beat the Giants, I think, 13-1 yesterday. The USA beat the Giants like 15-1 or 13-1 in a scrimmage yesterday. So hopefully Team USA can follow suit in hockey. Just, you know, baseball's our sport, so we definitely need to take the championship in the World Baseball Classic. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more in future shows, because you know, anytime you can get that USA pride, you know, that's a good thing to watch us, especially if we can beat up on some other countries.
This World Baseball Classic is going to be
in
great.
Baseball, Japan's going to
Japan's
going to be solid always. Mexico's going to be good. Some of your South American countries are going to be good. It's amazing how big over the last probably since Fernando, so the early 80s, how big baseball has become in the Latino community. They care more about it a lot of times than Americans. I mean,
100%.
It's
their
really,
best
really
athletes
big
play
in those
baseball.
countries.
Dominican and Puerto Rico, their best athletes play baseball.
Yeah, and I mean, it means a lot to them, and they're going to have good teams. So, you know, I don't know. I haven't read. I know 4 years, the last time we had the World Baseball Classic, Freddie Freeman played on Canada. So he brings a little star power to them. I don't know if he's playing on them this year or not.
It's every 6 years, right?
He does that to honor his. I think the last one was just like 3 or 4 years ago.
I know Dominican Republic won, right?
No, Japan won the last one.
Oh, okay.
Otani beat. They won they beat us in the championship. They beat us in the championship either 2-1 or 3-2, and Otani I think struck out Trout right? to end it, and that's when they were teammates. Yeah, that's what I say. He struck out Trout to end it, and they were teammates at the time
I remember that game now, dude. I remember that game. I remember watching that.
That'll be heating up. Yeah, I remember watching it too, and we had opportunities, but you know, Japan's solid. They really are, and they're better than they used to be because a lot of their guys do play Major League Baseball and so they're getting to play against the best all year round. Because if you go in a Major League Baseball locker room, more so than any other sport, it's more foreign players than probably any sport we have, except for maybe Canada. Except at hockey. But if you take Canada out of hockey, there's just a lot of countries represented in a Major League Baseball locker room. And like I said, Freddie Freeman played for Team Canada because he honors his mom, because his mom was a Canadian citizen, and she died of cancer when he was in high school. So he's always played for Canada just to honor her.
Oh, that's nice of him. I ain't got nothing against that. Now imagine if Puerto Rico played with the U.S., we'd win every year.
And I mean, even though if we could take over the Dominican, we'd have all kinds of shortstops. I know that.
Oh, dude. It's going to be a good baseball classic, man.
One of my favorite quote. Yeah. One of my favorite quotes ever from a Dominican Republican player was Sean Dunston that played. He was a shortstop. Most of his career, he played for the Cubs. I think he played for maybe another team or two, but the majority of his career, he played for the Cubs. And I don't know how much you remember about Sean Dunston, but he was a free swinger. He didn't take many walks. He'd go up there swinging the bat, and he would swing. He had a lot of strikeouts because he would swing at bad pitches. And they asked him why he wasn't more disciplined. He said, "You don't get off the island. You can't walk off the island. You got to hit your way off."
That is a great quote, too. You can't walk off the island. You got to hit yourself off.
That's probably
I remember
my
Sean
favorite
Dunston,
quote
man.
from
I had
Eddie.
a few of his baseball cards.
Yeah. So, dude,
That's a great line.
I seen him play several times when I lived in Atlanta. I'd go to Braves Cubs games. He would field the ball, and I swear he did it on purpose. He would wait for you to get almost to the bag, and he would unleash it and beat you by half a step because he had absolutely one of the best cannons of an arm of any shortstop I've ever seen. He threw BBs to first base, and he'd show off that arm every chance he got.
He was a pistol.
Yeah.
So World Baseball Classic, who you got? Make a call.
Well,
starts on the 6th.
I mean, I'm not going against America. I'm not going against USA. Aaron Judge has came out and said, "Hey, we got to follow hockey and we got to win the gold." So, I mean, I'm not going against my country. It's our sport. We need to win it because we need to be dominant in baseball. However, if you say you have to pick somebody that's not the USA, I mean, I'd probably go with Japan. But like I said, Mexico's going to be really good. Puerto Rico, all of them. There's going to be a lot of good teams. But Team USA all the way.
Me too, dude. Taking USA. It's our sport. We can't be like Canada and lose our sport. We got to protect it. Now, if we lose it to like Puerto Rico, okay, I'm cool with it. But lose it to anybody else in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic, nah, I ain't cool with it.
Yeah, and I mean, there's two sports we should never lose at. We should never lose at baseball. And we damn sure better not lose flag football in the 2028 Olympics.
We better never, ever not win that.
We better. We should never lose in men's basketball or women's basketball. We should dominate in those two, especially women's basketball. We should, the international game's really good, but we still have better players. We should be able to win gold in men's basketball.
There was nothing more embarrassing than we were losing in men's
10.
basketball. There was nothing more embarrassing than losing gold after the Dream Team. Yeah. Nothing more embarrassing. Ridiculous.
I mean, I wanted to win. I wanted to win gold in hockey, and I'm glad we did. We shouldn't go 40 years between winning hockey, or 46 years. But if you lose to Canada, okay, you're losing to them in their sport. I don't like it, but I can take it. We shouldn't be losing our sports to people.
No.
And baseball and basketball are our sport.
Technically, Naismith was a Canadian.
Football shouldn't even be a contest.
No,
Do what?
I mean, James Naismith was a Canadian.
But
it is our sport.
Where was it invented?
Yeah, it was our sport.
Where was it invented?
I don't know. I know Indians technically admitted it. They used to play with a rock, dude. They used to play with a rock, and it would be like 18 feet in the air, the hoop. So imagine playing that.
Yeah.
All right, we both got United States, man.
Yeah,
what else we got, dog? We're going to hit people on the next show. We're going to have
we'll talk about...
Go ahead.
We'll talk about March Madness probably in a couple of weeks before it starts. I'll try to take my homerism out of it, but man, I'm just telling you, Florida's going to be a tough out right now.
Oh, dude, don't take your homerism out of it.
They're going to be a tough out. They're going to be a tough out. They're playing really good basketball right now, just like they were last year. They're starting to gel at the right time.
Watch out for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, we've already beat their ass. They don't beat us in basketball.
Watch out for Big Orange.
They don't beat us in baseball either.
Big Orange lost a lot of close games this year. They've lost a lot of close games this year.
Oh God, the team that just blew a 15-point second half lead at home to Alabama. Yeah, watch out for them.
Yeah, they'll get together for the
You know what game they do you know what game they didn't lose close?
Vandy. I guess you're gonna say fucking
lose a close
Florida.
Game to Florida. They got blown the hell out when they played Florida.
And now next week we'll tell some crazy Neil stories.
Again.
Next week we'll talk about some crazy Neil stories.
God.
I'm sorry, Crazy Zach.
That might be a 4-parter. We might just be able to do a Crazy Zach story every week for the rest of the existence of this podcast. Call it the Crazy Zach story of the week.
I love it when you guys talk about me. Marv. God damn it.
We could tell the story about the time we went down there for the preseason game.
You tell me you drove from Tennessee to Miami for a preseason game? I didn't do that.
No, when we went down to his house. Down to his house to watch, I think we were playing the Chargers, and we knocked on his door, and he left us standing out there. Is that coming back to you now?
Yep. We went back in the car. What, dude? I forgot all about that.
Bitch.
I forgot all about that. How long did it take us to find him?
We went down there for the week.
Go ahead and give the people an appetizer.
He was finishing up some.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
He was just finishing up some duties.
Oh God, guys!
And then all we did the whole weekend is we took a bunch of our VHS Dolphin games and we watched old Dolphin games, and then watched the preseason game live when it came on at 10 o'clock Eastern time because we were playing in San Diego for some reason. And we watched nothing but old Dolphin games all weekend.
Oh, dude. I don't know if that's sad or fun. Oh, God, guys, let's watch all Dolphin games.
At that point, it was fun. We were probably drinking beer and shit, just having a good time and laughing and stuff. But, it is what it is.
That was a taste, guys. Oh, God, guys, sorry, I was doing something. He was blunt about it, though. He told us everything he was doing.
Yeah. That might have been the time. That might have been when we discovered strawberry stuff.
Oh shit! There's one amazing.
It might have been on that trip.
I wonder if I'll ever have strawberry stuff again. I wonder. Because I want that on my deathbed, bro. For some reason, it's the most simple thing ever, but she's explained to me the recipe. I've tried to replicate it, but I can never get it the same. And nobody I've ever seen attempt it gets it the same. I love strawberry stuff, dude. And the thing is, I'm allergic to strawberries. I break out when I eat them. I get the canker sores in my mouth, but I don't care. I do it. I suffer through the pain. The next 2 days, I eat something salty. It hurts, but I don't care. I kill that strawberry stuff.
All right. Well, I guess we will we will record next week's. I think we're going to actually put a couple in the tank, so we're probably going to record next week's show like tomorrow. So there won't be a whole lot of more news to talk about. So we'll end up talking a lot about stories about Crazy Zach and some of our other delinquent friends.
Oh, God, guys, can't wait. Oh. We're going to hear about it, buddy.
Yeah.
Dude, we should try to, I mean, besides him, we should try to bring everybody else on the show, see what's... Could you imagine trying to find Steve Patterson or Rob and talking him into doing a podcast?
I can't find Rob, but Steve Patterson, he's on Facebook, and every once in a while he'll message me. So I could probably get a hold of Steven Patterson.
Dude, we gotta get it. We gotta see if we can get him on the show, bro. That would be great. That would be fucking great.
The last time I saw Rob Miller was when you found him, and he brought him to Charlotte, and I didn't know he was coming. You're like, surprise, and I'm like, you some bitch.
Surprise.
you some
Dude,
bitch.
that was a long time ago. That was like 2008, right?
It was.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. Ricky Williams and
3
Ronnie Brown were on the
touchdowns.
team.
3 touchdowns, Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
Oh.
We beat the hell out of them on a Thursday night.
Oh, just those Charlotte games we went to are classic. But okay, dude, we're going to record tomorrow for a show for next week.
We have to tell the Messiah. Yeah, we'll have to tell the Messiah story about Charlotte.
Ooh, Ninja Boy! Rip Flow!
And that's also got a good Brad Odom story attached to that trip, too.
Oh, yeah. We almost set a car on fire with a grill. Yep. Old Brad Odom.
When we picked him up from his apartment, we had to wait on him to kick that girl he took home with him out so we could leave. We were almost late because of him.
Golly. And dude, we always got to tell a story about Brad's face when Neil just slept the whole way back from Miami. He goes, "Hey man, can you get me 2 double cheeseburgers?" Dude, people don't know what we're talking about, man, but it's gold, dude. I'll never forget Brad. He was livid. And if Brad gets mad, he'll talk about it for the next month. Oh, man. Hey, Brad, can you give me 2 double cheeseburgers? And then we get 5 minutes away from his house and drop him off. He finally wakes up and is like, guys, I'll drive us the rest of the way in.
You want me to drive?
You son of a bitch, that was hilarious.
Oh, God.
Guys, I'll take us in. You slept for 15 hours, bro.
All because we lost.
Oh.
And you were pouting.
Oh, my God, dude, that guy, dude. I can't wait. All right, man. I'll see you tomorrow night for a show next week.
All right, man. Be good.
Fins up.